Show me something. Okay, we're back now on Base Sunday. Our next guest is the Dean's Executive Fellow of Leadership at the Levy School of Business at Santa Clara University and lectures on leadership all around the world to corporations, governments, and nonprofits. He's here today to promote the 5th edition of the Leadership Challenge that he and Barry Posner wrote back in the 1980s. It has since been revised with 100 new cases and studies, and here to talk about that and to make some extraordinary things happen in organizations and how to excel as a leader, please welcome Jim Kouzes. Jim,
thank you.
How are you?
It's a pleasure. I'm well, and you?
Welcome aboard. Well, first and foremost, what makes a good leader?
Well, the first thing that we found, and we started this research 30 years ago, and it's the same today as it was 30 years ago, is personal credibility. If people don't believe in the messenger, they won't believe the message.
That's the bottom line.
That's the bottom line. They have to, or you as a leader, I as a leader, have to earn respect, trust every day in, day out by our actions.
Now, you wrote the book in the 1980s, but I know case studies have changed, but really the values and the framework under leadership, they just don't change over time, do they?
Absolutely. When we asked people 30 years ago, we asked them just last week, tell us about a time when you do your personal best as a leader. And what they tell us essentially is the same today as it was 30 years ago, was last year, and that is people do essentially 5 things when they're getting extraordinary things done. They model the way, they set a good example based on a clear set of values, they inspire a shared vision, they envision the future, think long term, and then they enlist other people in that so that they feel like they're part of some meaningful cause. They challenge the process. You know, we have to get extraordinary things done, we have to innovate and search for opportunities.
Go down some different roads?
Yeah, absolutely, and seek innovative ways, experiment, take risks, learn from mistakes. We have to build teams, we enable others to act, trust, teamwork. And lastly, because it's hard to do extraordinary things on a regular basis, you have to encourage the heart. Yeah. You have to make sure people feel recognized and that we celebrate, just as we did at the recent Olympics, right? We celebrate at the end those achievements, those gold medals and silver medals.
Now, this isn't a God-given thing, is it? You're not, you hear that, oh, he's a born leader. He's a natural born leader. But that's not the case, is it?
Well, I have to tell you, I've never met a leader who was not born.
Well, that's a good start. That is a good start. Touche.
We're all born. It's what we do with what we have before we die. There's absolutely no evidence, Frank, that leadership is a gene or that it's a few charismatic men and women that are born with this gift. It's a labor of love. You have to really want to do it. You have to desire. But if you have the desire, we can help you become a better leader.
Now, do you find people separate themselves as adolescents, as teenagers, when they get into the workforce and college? When does someone start becoming a leader?
It can start at any age. Let me tell you a story. I got an email from a woman, we'll call her DR, and DR wrote and said that she was studying leadership and that she was only a mother, grandmother, and coal miner's daughter. She was a middle-aged woman who was never studied, didn't think of herself as a leader. And then she was studying it, read our book and other books on the topic, and she said, you know, maybe somebody like myself can become a leader. You can become one at any age if you have, like she did, the desire and the belief in yourself. And we have stories of 8-year-old Girl Scouts who have started Kids for a Clean Environment because they wanted to contribute to a healthier environment. And 20 years later, they receive an award as the Woman of Distinction for what they started when they were 8 years old.
Do you have to be a leader to be successful, though?
Well, we perceive leadership as a set of life skills. It's not just a skill of somebody who's at an executive level in a business or a CEO or a president of a country. It's a life skill. As a parent, you're a leader. As a coach, you're a leader.
Right.
As a teacher, you're a leader. As someone in school who might be on a team, a captain of a team, you're a leader. So it's a set of life skills rather than something just for people in executive positions.
Right, right. And the book now in its 5th edition.
5th edition.
New case studies, probably threw in a little bit of high tech because things are evolving and changing, I would imagine.
Well, absolutely. Social media, we talk about the impact of social media on leadership. We have about 100 new cases in this new edition. New data to demonstrate the impact of when people do these practices well, what's it impact, and what we find is the more you do of these 5 practices, the more exemplary you are, the higher the level of performance, the more engaged people are in their jobs.
Yeah. Well, we wish you all the best. Thank you so
very
much for coming in,
It's
Jim.
a pleasure.
So appreciate it. If you'd like more information on the Leadership Challenge campaign or to find a copy of the Leadership Challenge, please visit leadershipchallenge.com. That's it for this week. We'll see you next week right here on Base Sunday. Take care, everybody.